All right, guys, you up for another quickie? Well, all right, then let's get her going.
All right, okay, we're testing you. Suzuki.
All right, so one of the more common questions that we get here is, do you have to lift up your Geo Tracker, your Suzuki Sidekick? Do you have to do body lifts? Do you have to do suspension lifts or fancy suspensions? Do you got to have big old tires on the thing to off road in these? And guys, actually the answer is no. And in this episode, we're going to talk about that.
That's the first hill. Okay. Go ahead.
All right, guys. So, if you follow the channel or you've seen a few of the videos and stuff that we've got going on, you know that we build Geo Trackers and Suzuki Sidekicks. We try to do it in a, two-car garage that a typical person would have with basic tools that, your homeowner would probably have. And we use those and we modify our Suzuki Sidekicks and Geo Trackers for our style of off-roading, which in our case is Arizona desert, mountains, rocky roads, washes, deep sands, those kinds of things. Not so much mud. And that's what we do. And whenever we do that, what we do is when we get a brand new one, or we find one, we stumble across a good deal and we're able to buy one like you see here, first thing we do is we take it out to the desert in its stock form and we check everything out and we make sure that the thing's running good, the brakes are working good, transmission's working good, transfer case is working good, no noises, no rattles, no squeaks, hubs are locking up, the four-wheel drive is working, those kinds of things. And then that determines, is this a good candidate for us to fix up and work on? But just because we do that doesn't mean that you have to do that. These Suzuki Sidekicks and Geo Trackers, especially the first gens, are very, very capable off-road on their own, as you're going to see here in this video. This thing is going through a sandy wash. It's climbing these little hills in and out of the bankments of the wash, just like we do here with our lifted ones and our modified vehicles. So these things are quite capable off-road. Let's take a look and watch and see some of the things that it does, okay?
Yeah, I don't hear the knocking anymore. All right. Let me go the other side.
All right, so as you can see, this thing doesn't have any problems in the sand, and it's going up and down these little hills and these banks of loose sandy soil, and it's not having any problems. And it's of stock height. This is a stock 92 Suzuki Sidekick. It's got stock wheels and tires on it. There's nothing fancy about them. These are nice little 235, 75 15s, that is typical on one of these things. And he has no problems with it at all. Now, I'm sure you could probably find some, all-terrain tire or mud-terrain tire in the 235 or 245 size that you could throw on there, something like that, maybe just to give you a little edge in some situations. But as you can see, you really don't need this, So you can take your stock Suzuki Sidekick and you can take it out in the desert. You can run those trails, run those washes, and get outdoors and, look at nature or visit interesting sites out in the desert, old gold prospecting areas, riverbeds that come up during the monsoon season and those kinds of things. A little camping to get you down to the river. You can get to the lakes, you can go fishing, go hiking, go hunting. If you're into plinking or something like that, this is all you need. You don't have to dump a bunch of cash in one of these things to get out in the desert and have some fun. I would recommend that until you get comfortable with it and confident with it, that maybe you run with somebody else so that if you do get yourself into a jam, you got someone there to help you out, Find you some basic recovery, straps and stuff like that. You don't have to put big bumpers on there and winches and stuff. Get you a nice tow rope or a nice tow strap, something like that. Carry some tools with you, something to patch your tire up or something. Throw your ice chest in the back, bring a lunch, that kind of stuff. And get outdoors and have some fun on a budget, all right? All right, guys, cool.
Wow. Man, that's nothing.